I mean, it has already 2 days. It began, but it's going day by day. So let's do it. I have to say I think my Yolan is doing quite nice, and she might be the best character I have. With good stats in all except this one. This can be better. In all their stats. I got lucky and I just discovered that a guy, a Genshin Chill, there's actually a probability on how to improve level up artifacts and if they are worthy of leveling up. It seems that the situation he has been getting but this dude is like, I think it's in Spanish, so it seems that the situation has been getting worse over the last 2 days. Oh yeah, the exploration team movements will be limited as a result. Who can I get to take this commission up? What's going on? Lumina and Paimon. Your timing truly is impeccable. Impeccable, you say? Sounds like we got trouble on our hands again. For reasons unknown, some dark mud-like substance has come pouring out of the caverns and mines of the chasm lately. It is a very sudden affair, and the exploration team has yet to come up with any countermeasure, and so investigations there have started and stopped several times. As such, Kedib has asked the Adventurers Guild to send help. Kedib? Is not that the mage from Warcraft? Dark mud stuff? Isn't that thing from beneath the chasm? That's exactly the substance I speak of. I do not worry why it has reached the caverns and mines, but either way, the exploration team progress has been stymied, and even their day-to-day movement have been affected. After all, they rely heavily on the mining tunnels for the transportation of goods and materials. How long has this been going on? For some time now. Kedib says that he's found a researcher from Sumeru who can help him out, but that researcher seems to need help themselves. I must admit that this has been troubling me ever since. You know, Kedib probably pays pretty well. Has no one stepped forward? No, I'm afraid, mostly owing to the extreme danger that the dark mud possesses. Quite a few people actually came on account of the reward. But the moment they heard it was the chasm, they quickly declined. To make things trickier, most adventurers are not very familiar with the chasm layout. So the one who accepts this commission will have to be someone with no fear of danger, and who knows the chasm like the back of their hand. And just as I was puzzling over this matter, you two dropped by. So that's how it is. Things do seem quite serious to me. Right, let's go have a look. I suppose we can help Kedib out. Right, so let's go have a look. Let's go now, shall we? About that, Kedib did say that you just have to look for that other researcher from Sumeru. Or to quote him verbatim, if anyone willing to help, tell them to go to the campsite at the chasm. That guy will be there prepping, just as usual. Alright? Then we'll be off. Thank you. The chasm safety is in your hands. Oh, my doggies. Kissing. Oh. Okay, so I have to say that I've been leaving the plans out of my grinding. I mean, I actually don't grind this game as much as the beginning, but I will try to, for the proto gems, for the primo gems, I will be trying to gather, harvest and plant the seeds, and if I get enough, too much plants, I will use the transmutator. Up 2. If this place does indeed become a market, then we should establish connections with the Feyun Commerce Guild as soon as possible. Market? That's right, I've heard people say that the chasm is about to be bought over by the Genshin Tea House and turned into a grand market. I'm not overstating things either. A couple of days earlier, I came across some people from Genshin Tea House who come looking for Mooning the manager. Just by chance, I heard them discussing some kind of monetary transaction. How did it go again? Let me think. Thanks to the second young master of the Feyun Commerce Guild, I was able to raise this sum of Mora, and I would also like to thank your representatives of the Yangshan Tea House for making a trip down to this quiet spot specifically. I mean, just listen to that. They must mean that Mooning's been in contact with Yangshan Tea House to liven up this place up in collaboration with the Feyun Commerce Guild. Am I right? I don't think that's how things are. Why are you asking me? Now come on, these business discussions aren't what they seem on the surface. Much thought is needed to decipher their plots and plans. I will ponder this a while longer. I won't let this opportunity slip by. Jamming. Mining operation has resumed, but we probably need to post up around here for a while more. Thanks for your hard work. Well, it's not like it can be helped. Better safe than sorry, as they say. In any case, we can't have another disaster here at the chasm. We owe you a ton of thanks, as well as solving the problem this time. Though I stand guard here, I do so with a hopeful heart for our future. Let's go! Magellan is ready to fight. Fight! And then Hosini. I didn't think that the environment here would be so unique. In that case, the energy system of Fusina spikes will... Oh, Lumina and Paimon. It has been a while. Why are the two of you here at the chasm? Actually, I do recall Kedib saying that you helped the exploration team out a lot. That said, the situation in the chasm has been worsening. It's not a place for a walk in the park. Wait, you are... Oh, come on, didn't we just meet a short while ago? I mean, I do always end up asking for your help, but that's no reason to pretend that you don't recognize me. He was in Inazuma, right? Ah, forget it. In that case, allow me to introduce myself once again. I am Hostaini, a researcher at the Academia. I've been working on a device known as the Energy Amplifier, and I even went to Inazuma to do some reference work there. Okay, maybe it's like a meme that so many times we have the Energy Amplifier that he has to introduce himself over and over. However, I've run out of operating funds for my research, and so I have returned to Sumeru. Ah, okay, Palma thinks she remembers you now. You do? Hey, what's up? You're Amplifier Man. I'm quite sure that I have never introduced myself as such. Whatever the case, I received a request from a fellow researcher named Kedib. I owe him a favor regarding research funds from way back. So I'm here at the chasm to help him solve this problem. Well, I hope that explanation is clear enough. In which case, let me ask the question, why are you two here at the chasm? We are your backup. Well, we also just happen to have received a commission from Khedib. We are your backup. So that's you. And to think I was worried when Khedib mentioned that he was going to get some help to find some people to help out. Since it's you, I guess there's nothing to worry about. I must admit that if I were to attempt to resolve the dark mod issue here at the chasm myself, it would take a lot of time and energy. But with your help, our odds are well higher. What do you need us to do? You have heard of the Pursuing Spike, right? A device that can release energy that disrupts the ley lines. According to my hypothesis, we can place the spike at points where the dark mod is pouring out to disrupt the ley line movements and clear it away. Is the dark mod even related to the ley lines? Well, they did appear based on anomalies in the ley lines, so it is very likely that they are related. That's what Khedib and I have discussed anyway. So we can use the spike to disrupt or even close the openings that allow the ley lines here to access external elements, which will stop the dark mod. Oh, I see. However, we were previously just using the spike to disrupt the ley lines. This is the first time I'm using the spikes to seal them. I have done some estimations and adjusted some of the spike's parameters. In theory, nothing should go wrong. But theory is, just as you know, ultimately theory, and theories must all be tested. I was just thinking of beginning the initialization process. In fact, but it has some risks. Well, allow me then. Alright, I will leave it to you. I will observe from the sides. One thing I have to say that they in Fortnite they actually made easier the Nindo challenges. Okay, wait. Transportation test. The dark mod oozing forth from the ley lines will buff nearby monsters, increasing their attack. Okay, this we know. Increasing their attack and defense. When these monsters are in areas covered by the dark mod, their abilities will be further increased. Monsters will attack the pursuing spikes constantly and the surrounding area will flood over with dark mod. Clear the mod to weaken the creatures and defeat them to prevent the spike from being damaged. And that little insect gives me more life. Okay. So they actually made all the modes work for the Nindo challenges. It's kind of sad because I have already grinded like 20 points, 20 badges of top 6. That means like 25 games, and that means some kills and a lot of circles survived. But hey, I guess it's better now. The dark mod, why is the flowing out from here? There, did I miscalculate it?
Take it easy.
Ooh. 18k.
No touching.
You really have the aura on them.
Bubba, get them! Access denied.
quietly now.
Yeah. If he makes melt, she's better than a Ganju melting. I mean, she's vaporizing, right? But you know what I mean. Ooh.
Nice and spicy.
Gotcha.
42.
Boba, get them!
Busted.
Born of ice and frost.
Yeah, the thing is, Magellan has the best artifacts of all. Oh, dude, there's time. I did not see that one.
Next on the agenda.
I was just messing around. yeah, okay, me too. Oh, did I fail? I think so, right? Didn't you say that theoretically there wouldn't be any problems? The spike won't stop causing the mouth to gush out instead. Is that how it is? To think that I did not factor the ground into calculations. Oh, what an error. Factor the ground into your calculations? That's right, our previous experiments all took place on softer soil. But within the chasm, the medium through which the spike energy travels is not soil, but rock, which has very different properties. This caused a major discrepancy between the earlier calculations and the actual results. Indeed, theory is not a mere matter of imagination. Instead, it must be grounded and proven in reality. This proving process seems kinda dangerous, though. Also, why did so much mud come out all at once? Indeed, this place is quite far from the mining complex, so the mud really shouldn't be flowing all the way here. The situation must be more urgent than we imagined. Also, the porcine spike has a definite effect on environments affected by the dark mud. This shows that the mud proliferation is, as I guessed, an issue that stems from the ley lines. This proves the need for experimentation and proof, does it not? Of course, if I had done experiments myself, I would have wound up being attacked by the monsters. Not that I worry about being injured. That would be a small loss compared to any damage that might done to the porcine spike. How would I answer to our great tutor Firnas or my fellow researchers in the cashier bar? You should pay more attention to your own safety nonetheless. True, that data we have collected can be used to adjust the result of our calculations. Now, the solutions to these interfering parameters? I believe there are 4 such methods, though there should be only one that will prove most effective. Thank you so much for helping me with this test run, Lumin. I will make some adjustments to the porcine spike. Later, it can be moved into the mining complex, where operations can begin. You're moving into the mining complex? Well, no, I had agreed with Khedib to hire some of the local miners here to move it. But when they heard that my objective was to resolve the issue of the dark mode, they refused any payment. I have spoken to Khedib and Muni from the Ministry of Civil Affairs. However, the Mora will still go to them as compensation. Of course, I will need to help start the machine up once it reaches its destination. Completed. Wait till the next day. Oh, it can without interruptions. Okay, this is the easier one. We can actually do... No. What? No, come on. Whoop.
It's so nice to de-stress.
Talk to Jose Ini. Blue, 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 blue. I guess that there was no extra... There was the point in really killing all the enemies. Dude, how? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Seven of these things. They have really come all the way out here. Hosehini, Hosehini. Hosehini, you are here. Yup, we are here to help. I was just checking the Porcina spike. I must say that Lewis miners are made of stern stuff. Just 2 of them were enough to transport the spike here. But since the spike has some very fine moving parts, I need to check if it has been affected while in transit. In theory, though, everything should be fine. That's what you said the last time, too, and you nearly got Paimon and Lumin into deep trouble. Well, I did also say that there is no difference between theory and reality. There is a difference between theory and reality. However, I made sure to check everything before you came. Everything has been prepared, and once initially saved, what? And in operation, the spike will not need any initial elemental energy input to maintain its charging state. Wait, it doesn't need any initial energy? It will just keep charging? Yes. Before I have to adapt it to Inazuma environment, and so I modified it such that it could only charge and operate through the use of Electro. However, that is not the original operating mode of the Porcina spike. Originally, it was intended to function as in this sort of environment. In fact, this dark mode is its power source. Then, the mod provides power to the spike. I mean, they were Canaria's inventions and energy thingy. That's right, and that's why the spike is perfectly suited to solving this issue. If you consider it, this dark mode issue we are having in the chasm has both symptom and source, both of which must be resolved. Of this, the source is the leylands, the spreading mud. No, that's how you... of course. That is just how the problem presents itself. The source is in fact the openings in the ley lines through which the mud is spewing out. As such, we must use Porcina spike to seal the ley lines shut. That will solve our root problem. Of course, the sealing of the ley lines will not completely resolve the problem of the dark mud that has already come out. However, the Porcina spike has the ability to absorb energy within the dark mud and decrease its power as a contaminant. This is what we call fixing the symptoms. This way, the dark mud that has already reached the surface will serve as a power source of the Porcina spike and as as the spike continues operation, it will close the ley lines from which the mod is spewing forth. As for those monsters who have been affected by mod due to long-term exposure, they will lose the enhancements they get from it and will be weakened. Oh, that's 3 birds with 1 stone. You know what? This Pursy Spike sees is better than Paimon thought. It's called Pursina Spike. Pursina's brilliance truly such that one might also believe that the spike was specifically made to solve problems such as this. If that guess of mine is true, then this whole process of solving the dark mode problem could serve as a value experimental data in the future. Who knows, this research might even allow me to discover some hitherto unknown principles behind how Pursina could affect the ley lines using certain devices. This subject has great value, honestly. If I could win the Academia Kabikabu's prize with this, that could be wonderful. Kabikabu's prize? This is a prize that the Academia gives out specifically to young researchers. Every year, the sages will go over the research reports sent in and cast votes to select the winner. The criteria for winning are that the subject must be groundbreaking, creative, and that the person sending the reports must have great potential and be under 40 years of age. All those who have won the Kabikabu's prize while under the age of 40 will go on to win great renown in the academia. That sounds awesome! Well, let's start the spike up right now. Let's hope it solves our problem. That said, please take note, Lumin, that while the Pursina spike is a very impressive piece of equipment, it is also quite intricate and fragile. If it is hit while operating, or if it is submerged by dark mud, which can cause fouling, the spike will turn off automatically to prevent any further damage. As such, please beware of the mud and any monsters while you operate the device. Done and done. Ooh. This is like Fortnite cube thingy. Additionally, using blooming light while the spike is okay. The Pursina spike will continually purify the environment while charging up. The challenge is considered a success once charging completes. The Pursina spike will enter a faulty state for a time if it is attacked, causing charging to temporarily stall. Additionally, using bloom light while the spike is operating normally will clear out nearby oozing concretions, granting the spike additional energy and speeding up the charging process. Let's go!
Quietly now.
Born of ice and frost. Access denied. We're way behind schedule. Next on the agenda, we're way behind schedule.
Hey,
Born of ice and frost.
I mean, you lovers.
Hold the line. Boba, get them. This is long overdue. Rest and rebuild. Access denied. Allow me! Nice and spicy!
Gotcha.
Access denied. I can fix this! Come on! Focus!
Come on, dude.
No touching! Hold the Nova, get them!
Quietly now.
I don't see these things going. Let's activate this thing. So this friend, let's say, he's like, okay, let me wash clothes on your house, and then he's like, oh, come for me, like, dude, you want all the service, dude. Ocine. The effects are better than I thought. We have recorded all the phenomena we have seen and the data we have collected. And most importantly, the dark mode has completely cleared. It's just that, why do you look so unhappy? Is a bad thing that the mining complex is so clean? Let me think. Well, when Khedib and I analyzed the situation previously, we believe that the opening in the leylands, though through which the dark mode came, should be here. I don't think that such an opening could have been this easy to clear out. So the true entry point must be elsewhere. And in this case, the affected areas also include the frontline mines. Exactly, this means that the point through which the dark mode is flowing in is in the tunnels. Such areas will be far more narrow, allowing for greater buildup of the mud, and making it easier for monsters to swarm in, thus worsening our problem. Ooh. Like a giant fat blockade. Still, I have full faith in the Pursina spike. It is, after all, Pursina's great creation. Just let me do a bit of maintenance work on it first. I will call the miners who have agreed to move the spike into the tunnels over. Yeah. So, second quest done. And we talk to Hosseini, yeah. Speaking of which, those miners were surprisingly reliable. The footing was incredibly stable as they moved the spike from the camp to this place. I do hope that things will go as well when they move the spike further down into the tunnels. So it's been easy. I guess if I should do a video, I guess I can do a daily instead of every 2 thingies. Let's claim our first 2 days. Oh, I like here. Look, it has mod the illustration. Here it's clear. Clear mod. Nice. Anyway, Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.